Prime Minister Narendra Modi rode to power with the promise of Vikas or development. And just 4 months after taking the oath on September 25, 2014, he launched the Make in India mission at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. The aim was to take the share of the manufacturing sector in GDP to 25% by 2022, up from the then 15%. 8 years on, the share of manufacturing in GDP is 17% now, way below the target of 25%. It still is a work in progress. The Make in India push got a shot in the arm in 2020 when the government launched Production-Linked Incentive Scheme. It was later expanded to include more than a dozen sectors with an estimated outlay of 2.75 trillion rupees. The government strategy, combined with a huge domestic market, has helped India become the world's second biggest mobile phone producer after China. In a bid to replicate this success with other electronics and cut imports, especially from China, the government last year launched a PLI scheme worth 7,350 crore rupees to boost local manufacturing and exports of IT products such as laptops, tablets, all-in-one personal computers, and servers. The report card for the first year is in, and production under the scheme has been lackluster. Only 4 of the 14 eligible players under the scheme in the first year of operations have succeeded in meeting their production targets and will receive incentives. Business Standard reported on Tuesday that at least one global player is already planning to move out of the scheme after the second year because it feels the PLI scheme is not attractive enough. The imports of laptops and tablets shot through the roof as local production remained way short of expectations. They have gone up sharply by over 53% from $5.2 billion in FY21 to $8 billion in FY22. This comes amid strong demand for laptops, especially in the IT sector. China accounts for over 72% of all laptop and tablet imports by value. But there is a silver lining. According to market research from Canalys, India's PC shipments jumped by 48% in the first quarter of this calendar year to a record 5.8 million units. India now accounts for 5% of global PC shipments, compared with just 3% 2 years ago. Around 18% of all PCs sold in India are now manufactured locally, Canalys says. But here too, a majority of the components used in making PCs are imported. There is no duty on imports of laptops and IT products, as India is a signatory to the World Trade Organization's Information Technology Agreement, or ITA, which India joined in 1997. The plurilateral agreement covers a large number of high technology products, including computers, telecom equipment, semiconductors, semiconductor manufacturing and testing equipment, scientific instruments, as well as most of the parts and accessories of these products. Mobile phones do not come under ITA. India on its part says its experience with the ITA has been most discouraging, almost wiping out the IT industry from the country. The real gainer from the agreement, it says, has been China. In 2015, the government said that ITA has proved to be a barrier to the domestic electronic manufacturing sector's growth.
Manufacturing of laptops and desktops has been a very sad story. After the ITA 1 was signed in 1997, we have watched over the destruction of this industry, manufacturing industry, for the last, and the industry almost came to an end by 2010. So we have virtually no manufacturing industry left. Whatever plants are there are producing at very low percentages, and it has been an unmitigated disaster. The largest segment in electronics is smartphones, which is over $500 billion. But IT hardware, laptops, desktops is not a mean number. It's around $230–240 billion. So it should have had the second highest priority. We had squarely represented that PLI is not adequate and it will not work. And in their wisdom or lack of it, we went ahead with it, and the results in front of us. Well, India's demand is very tiny. We have to always look at the world market. We are, and in laptops and desktops, it was very tiny. It has, over the last 2 years, there has been some growth. For the last few years, we have been making desktops in India for the government demand, where the PMA, preferential market access, is a policy which has been implemented. But for the PLI, the production last year, which is 21-22, is a very tiny 2,000 crores.
The Manufacturers Association of Information Technology, or MATE, the Apex IT Hardware Association, had last year said the scheme's outlay is insignificant for global players to relocate their facilities from China or other countries to India. MATE has requested the government to double the duration of the scheme to 8 years and increase the incentive from 1 to 4% to 6.5% for PCs and 8.5% for servers. MAIT's analysis shows that the current allocation for IT hardware PLI needs to be increased threefold to around 21 to 22,000 crore rupees. The outlay for mobile phone PLI is nearly 41,000 crore rupees over 5 years, with incentives ranging between 4 to 6% annually. And this figure is based on the association's more moderate demand to increase the incentive to 5% for 5 years. The global PC and tablet market is worth around $230 billion. Although India accounts for a fraction of that at around $11 billion, the right push from the government will indeed go a long way to reduce import dependency and establish the country as an export and manufacturing hub in this space too.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.